Florida Governor Ron DeSantis listens to third Republican candidate's U.S. presidential debate on the 2024 U.S. presidential campaign, hosted by NBC News in Adrienne. While former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley responds to former biotech executive Vivek Ramaswamy's criticism of his stance on war in Ukraine. Reacts Arsht. Get licensing rights. Miami. November 8. 5 candidates seeking to halt Donald Trump's advance toward 2024 Republican presidential nomination gathered in Miami for party's third debate on Wednesday. While former president held a separate campaign rally across city. Here are some takeaways from the discussion race for second place. It wouldn't be hard to argue that the biggest winner of Wednesday's debate was Trump. The Republican candidates on stage left the party's frontrunner largely unscathed as he held a raucous rally with thousands of cheering supporters in a stadium 10 miles from the debate hall. Trump barely mentioned by either candidates or the moderators during two-hour debate. And when he was mentioned, it in lethargic statements from candidates such as former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, who said it was time for the country to move on. They were not pressed about Trump's actions to overturn 2020 election or the possibility of him being convicted in one of 4 criminal cases in which he is defending himself. Even obvious overtures, such as Trump's criticism of Israel last month after Hamas launched a deadly attack on October 7, were not mentioned by his rivals. Trump responded to criticism at his recent rally in Hialeah that he lacked the courage to participate in the debate. I am standing in front tens of thousands people right now and it's being televised, he said. This is much harder to do than to argue. Ron DeSantis, who both needed a strong night, make case that they were party's best alternative. Trump omission cost them opportunity make a sustained positive case for why Trump is unfit be Republican nominee. Instead they appeared to be playing for second place. Fittingly, when given last minute to make their presentations and summarize their candidacies, none of the 5 people on stage mentioned man they were after. And there was nothing to indicate that any of this was about closing the gap, attaching the blame a night after Democrats suffered painful election defeats on Tuesday. Candidates vented their frustrations on the debate stage. I am tired of Republicans losing, DeSantis said. DeSantis has long compared his successful re-election Florida last year to the setbacks Republicans have suffered in the past few elections, including Trump's loss 2020. Earlier in the day, his campaign argued that supporting Trump would cost candidates seats in races such as governor. In Kentucky, Republican Daniel Cameron lost to Democratic incumbent Andy Beshear. Republicans on Wednesday were reveling success of a ballot measure Ohio enshrining right to abortion state constitution, as well as loss of state legislative co.